Welcome home, Bitcoin truth seekers. It is Monday, January 31st, 10:23 a.m. here in the Arizona desert. As always, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. And I do think that, yes, the Telegram chat is right here if you want to join. There's a Discord. I don't visit it that much, though. Telegram's kind of where it's happening right now. So hop on over and, be part of the uh, general meme shit posting and crypto chat that we have going on. All right, let's look at some stuff. Okay, it's Monday. Finally, the scourge of weekend is over. The traditional markets are open. Things are looking interesting. A lot of news, a lot of stuff going on. Let's super briefly touch on some cool tweets and stuff. All right, from Bitcoin Archive, a good guy to follow. Bitcoin is being taken off exchanges again, reaching lowest since October 2018. This is definitely true. As you can see, Bitcoin is basically the exchange balances are going down. This is a good thing. Once again, a guy over here posted this recently, supply on exchange wallets recently. As you can, that's going up a bit. Okay, that's on the daily. Sorry, doesn't quite fit what I'm getting at. This person says, "Are you sure?" Interesting. Okay. Are you sure? Exchange supply on wallets. Oh, he's looking at a daily. Okay, so the daily is up. Binance removing mad. Shame they're removing. Anyway, sorry guys. Overall, yes, this is a very short time frame. You see a little bit of Bitcoin moving to the exchanges, but overall, you can see it is leaving the exchanges. Once again, we're seeing a bit of another little slight downwards trend, regardless of the details here. Ever since January, we've been 2021. Oh no, 2020. Oh yeah, okay. Sorry guys. It is morning, So anyway, I'm looking at this too closely. The message is yes, looking at a longer time frame. Ever since January of 2020, you can kind of see a general removal of Bitcoin from exchanges. People are buying it, they're moving it off, and that's usually a rather bullish thing. And recently, you can see a little bit more of a downtrend. Recently, of course, looking at the daily though, which somebody did point out here, you can see a bit of a little bit of a upswing. But overall, you have a nice little, Bitcoin keeps leaving exchanges. Sorry, that was not eloquent at all. Didn't mean to make you suffer. All right, here's the deal. JP Sears. I hope you follow him on YouTube. He has great commentary. And he mentions this today, and I think this is awesome. Well, actually, he mentioned this January 30th, yesterday. He says, with the current Bitcoin dip, I assume the best strategy is to stop using your neocortex, believe Bitcoin will fall further and never come back up, then sell all your Bitcoin to relieve your dip anxiety, 4, watch people with a functioning neocortex buy what you just sold. I think he's correct. Let's face it. That's going to happen. Will Clemente, smart character. He says, despite the price decline, 70% of Bitcoin supply is currently held by strong hands, a multi-year high. That's looking at on-chain analysis, etc. All right. One thing is, we all know what's going on over in Canada, and of course, kind of spreading across the world. But do realize that the empire does not care if cities are jammed up, people are starving, supply lines are jacked up. It all serves them. I'm all about what's happening in Canada, but do watch how it may affect the market. Does the Canadian government really care that Ottawa's jammed up? Does it really hurt them? Eventually, they're going to start accusing, this jam up of ambulances don't work, supply chain. This narrative is very fragile. Right now it's not going in the government's favor. Trudeau's kind of running off, but at the same time, he's going to be on like 11 something, I think, today, supposedly Eastern Standard Time here for us in America. Well, I'll have to be curious what he says. And I mean, this kind of says it all. I almost don't want to say this on YouTube here because, but I will just say it like this. I will say, can you imagine could you imagine the phone conversation between Trudeau, Mr. Klaus, Anal Schwab, and Georgie right now? Get ready for the next move. And seriously, so if you're a trader, be ready for the next move because they're not going to just give up. And there's a lot that can go wrong. So right now, things are looking good for the sovereignty of the individual, like sovereignty of the country, maybe getting rid of a lockdown Canada. But narratives can change very, very quickly. Normies are like, they ain't got a. It's kind of like Jimi Hendrix said, it's great being a jellyfish, but you also don't have a bone in your jelly back, and sometimes the wind ain't right, and it can just lead you astray. So that's kind of what a normie is. So this narrative is fragile. Be ready for anything on many levels, from supply chain issues. It could be exacerbated by the globalists to you name it. Just be ready. Be frosty this week and ready to react to a volatile market, and definitely not life coach advice or anything, but it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit of extra stuff stocked up. You know what I mean? Because it might just be good, just in case we have issues with supply chain stuff going on. It's a great propaganda move right now if the globalists wanted to exasperate that to get some heat off them in Canada, because they can blame the trucks that aren't moving. And it is kind of their fault if they're not moving, isn't it? Anyway, but still, White House reportedly preparing executive order on crypto. This is what I'm really concerned about this week, and kind of really as we move into February. This is truly a wild card thing. I have heard all kinds of stuff about this from many, many different levels, many, many different people. It could be priced in. It could be nothing. It could be like, oh, we're just going to, you have to know your customer, or like, there no hardware wallets. I mean, God knows what and how they may attempt to regulate via executive order. But I can tell you, to me, I think it definitely can create a skittish market. I'm watching Bitcoin right now. Right now, we're in a little bit of a turn up. I'm actually moving some stuff around, and I'm really ready to possibly even, especially if we get a date on when this is going to happen, I'm really watching the market. This might be like Craig's big hedge out week. I'm just being honest with you, because it ain't about who is the president or whether you like the administration or not. That's irrelevant. This is sort of a globalist level thing to get control. And as you can see, some of their plans are failing in Canada right now. And this, to me, who knows how barbaric this could be. It could be a big nothing. It could possibly not happen. It could be the suggestion of regulation, which then does not take place. Who knows? But let's watch out, because the globalists right now are, they're going to have to show the fleas at their feet that their pimp arm is strong. All right. Or they're going down. So, you know what I'm saying? Be wary. Ancient evil does not just go, oh, you won, bro. It's cool. We'll go back to hell for another 15,000 years and try again. All right. So fear and greed index, extreme fear. We're at 20. Cool. Let's see what's going on here. Okay. And something else I wanted to point out here as we cruise along. I think I missed it in a second here. I'm going to make sure we actually go over this. This is kind of good. One sec. Sorry. Don't mean to move slowly. I wanted to show you this. Here we go. This is important. I think this comes from Mr. Private Keys over there on the Bitcoin Daily View Telegram chat. He mentioned this morning. He really is a traditional market knowledgeable person, where I am not. But he mentions this is from Walter Bloomberg. This line here. It says Fed's Daily. There is no present course for Fed policy. There are a lot of risks. And Sven Henrik, who I've heard of this guy, I'm going to follow him if I'm not already following him. He mentions here comes the uncertainty clause to walk back aggressive rate hike expectations. It's all so obvious. So basically, if you are a traditional market follower and you understand all of this, then that is what it says. Okay, now with that said, let's keep on rocking. Got to get through all this fear and greed index. Looking sparky. So world indices right now, in general, in the green. I like seeing that. That's a beautiful thing to see. I like it. Okay. Let's refresh this real quick. We'll rock through the rest of this. Sorry for the slow news movement there. 3.3 billion in volume last 24 hours on cryptometer.io. and it's dropped by 36%. We had some trading yesterday, I do believe, which was a pretty good deal of movement. I think even earlier today. Right now, volume is kind of cruising down a little bit. Sunday, we hung in there with only a slight dip, which is not surprising, that dip. I wish I didn't play it. I didn't try to get out. I was like, and it didn't amount to much, and it's recovering. So not surprising with that low of volume that we saw a dip on Sunday. I hope that you, weathered that well. If you did nothing, you're probably back to where you started right now. I think we'll take a look at it. But anyway, let's see. Market buy orders down 31%. Market sell orders up 41%. Interesting. Volume change dropped by 36%. Total volume 3.3 billion. So that's, we're over 3 billion. Good. That's at least some volume. Looks like let's keep going. As you can see, there's anyway, sorry. Looking at Masari.io, 13.8 billion in Bitcoin volume last 24 hours. You're seeing a bit of a discrepancy. I mean, between 3.3 billion and 13.8 billion. But regardless, that's the two numbers that I can kind of glean here. I think that honestly, I think that our crypto meter is the more accurate one, but I like looking at the Masari.io, even if it's a bit, grand in its estimations. Here's one. This is something new that I saw earlier. The percent changes were not as high. Now they're starting to climb rather quickly. So on Binance, spot trading is 12.7 billion last 24 hours. That's pure shit. We want to see at least 30 billion, but we are up 41% last 24 hours. And a lot of that is fairly recent. So, and Coinbase did hold above 3 billion. I like seeing that. And it's up 39% last 24 hours as far as volume. So we are seeing some nice volume roll in this Monday. Looking at derivatives, you want to see about 75 billion for a good day on Binance. We're at 45 billion, 45.9 billion, really, 46 billion. With that said, 41% last 24 hours. And I'm going to just say that even 50 billion for derivatives is not really a bad day. 75 is better. Anyway, we're seeing volume crank up. Definitely spot trading is low. I bet you derivatives, futures, long, shorts will basically be up around 75 billion, or at least crossing 50 today before long. Looking at the top 100 cryptos, you can see a mix of green and the red. We have a few things that are nicely green. Most things are just a lot of indecision, but we're seeing in general a green tint to the market. Terra looking good, which is ultimately also known as Luna, up 5%. Decentraland, Mana, up by 9%. That's nice to see. Filecoin, I kind of like Filecoin. It's a cool project. FIL, it's up 5.8%. Arweave, whatever that is, I have no idea, but its ticker is AR, which I like. The AR15, the Armalite of cryptos, up 10%. I'm digging that. Theta Fuel up 6%, rocking as it has been recently. How about Theta itself? Where are you? Theta Network, it's down 1.8%, but T Fuel's up. Interesting. Bitcoin, BS Vision, basically, up 0.3%. We won't belabor this too much. Nexio, whatever that is, up 14%. I'm not even sure what it is. Cello is up 2%. So we have some alts that are doing something. Nice to see. Looking at open interest, we got 12.3 billion right now. Change last 24 hours is up 2.75 billion. That kind of makes sense. You can see 4.3 billion that is on Binance, which I believe is a bit more than usual. So it would not surprise me if we watch the derivatives here. They're at 45.9 billion right now. These will probably rocket over 50 billion. Watch that. I think if we start getting over 60, hitting like 70 billion, definitely that could be a positive thing. Spot trading continues to move up. This is what interests me today for sure. Shorts versus longs. You don't often see this, honestly. Longs for Bitcoin on Binance, 45% long, and shorts 54%. So basically, we have a short bias on Binance right now, and that's a bit noticeable. I know it's just 45 versus 54%, but really, this is unusual to me. Seeing this recently, so definitely we're seeing a short bias on Binance, and watch out for the futures to crank. This is interesting because you can get a short squeeze, you can get a long squeeze. This is interesting. I'm just not used to seeing a short bias on on Binance, or so whatever, and then for Ethereum, you do have a long bias, 54% long, 45% short. So this is interesting. I just don't usually see it. Just take it for what it's worth. That's why it's good to look every day. This is unusual, okay, to me. So a short bias by a good deal for Bitcoin on Binance. All right. The Bulls and the Bears today have been rocking. It's a battle. They're trying to figure out who is going to be supreme here. They're trying to set the stage from Monday. We'll see how it rolls. Kind of got to refresh this thing. I think it might be hung up, but definitely I've been watching some Bulls and Bears playing this morning, and there's been some just glorious wrecked longs, wrecked shorts. Like here we go. This is 10-second candles here. As this unfolds a bit, you can see as we are moving up today, definitely the aggressive long shorts are just, the aggressive shorts are just not necessarily happening. We're seeing some short squeezes going on. And as you can see, the sentiment is short on Binance. Just interesting morning, isn't it? Interesting morning. And as always, everybody, go to radianthemppaste.com and check out some hemp paste. You'll like it. You'll feel good. I'm not a doctor. I can't say that actually. But you know what? I feel good when I take it. Get some happy packets. They're 60 milligrams. Take about a pea worth and see how you feel. Check it out. Then you'll come back and you'll buy a big ass tub of it. And you're going to just be feeling like chill, creative, a trading friggin' superhero. All right. With that said, let's keep on rocking. Looking at silver and gold. Silver up top. No, gold up top here. Gold finally hitting the green candle today. Maybe it's pulling out of this dump that it's been doing. I can dig that. It's below important moving averages. So let's see how it rolls. Maybe gold can get back above that 200 moving average on the daily. All right. Silver still just dumping like friggin' it's done. All right. With that said, yeah, so much for everybody who's like, yeah, man, I tell you what, F gold and silver, just straight up, F them straight up. That's not financial advice, or or relationship coaching either. Just F gold and silver, whatever. S&P 500, a green candle today, breaking the 200 moving average. That is really, really beautiful. It's up there. It's going to challenge that 20 WMA. This is a good thing. S&P 500 coming out of the chute on fire this morning. Russell 2000. Green candle working at challenging some of these nice moving averages that it has been below for a while. So S&P 500 and the Russell 2000 opening up strong today. Let's look at the Dow. On Friday, it did get rejected off the 200 moving average on the daily, but today it's got an indecisive doji, but it is above the 21 the 20 WMA right now. And it's challenging the, what is that? This is 50. It's above the 50 moving average. Oh, I'm sorry. It got rejected by the 200 moving average on Friday, but today it is challenging the, it's looking for a challenge. The blue moving average is the 314 moving average, is one that I like. So it's looking like it wants to challenge that 200 moving average, but it's finding resistance at 314. Anyway, Dow, not exactly too sparky this morning. Dollar strength index here on the daily, it was rocking up last week, had an indecisive doji on Friday, and today it opens up with a red candle. So in general, some of the market doing good, some not so good. Here's something I want to check out. This is something I'm really for real on right now, is this, especially with the White House wanting to regulate crypto via executive order, which is just who knows what that's going to be. Just be ready. Have some kind of a plan for that. Pax G, Pax Gold, Pax G versus BTC. As you can see, it's been dumping. Bottom of the RSI cave, a slight indecisive yet green doji there. Bitcoin pumping this morning here on the bottom. You can see a bit of an indecisive red doji. Just be watchful. This is about where Bitcoin would have a retrace, at least slightly, with it before breaking to the top of that RSI cave. This has been a beautiful run. Let's look at this. So basically, these are complete mirrors of one another. If Bitcoin goes south on executive order fright, or a lot of news is coming out this week. I mean, a lot of earnings reports, a lot of stuff's coming out this week. So just be wary. If you like Crypto Lark, I think it's the Crypto Lark or Crypto Lark on YouTube. He covered it really. You know who did actually. I just want to mention this. Okay, if you like crypto love, okay, he did a great video this morning. Is Bitcoin in trouble? If you want to go check that out, just do this. Just search crypto love. He really got into some of the different news that's coming out this week. It's a short video, and then also crypto lark. He really nailed it. He also did a video this morning, 6 hours ago. 4 Bitcoin news stories you need to know this week. There's some big news coming out this week. Really, to me, we'll just see what happens. I think that the big one that that I'm concerned about is executive orders. How that might influence, because all the others are going to just come and go and whatever. I don't see them being some massive deal. Bitcoin versus USDT here in the 45-minute chart. Taking a closer look at this, one thing I do note, like right away here, which is kind of an obvious one, is we are hitting previous support and resistance in the chart. Okay, probably a place that we're going to bounce, maybe find some resistance there. We're also touching the top of the RSI cave, as you can see here. That's pretty obvious. RSI cave is there. That's about as far as you're going to go without a little bit of resistance. That's about like, that's kind of like your retrace spot. Also, if you look at the red moving average here is the moving 8. You're never gonna stay too far from that. So Bitcoin's gonna have to cool its jets and come down a little bit. Doesn't mean the run up is done. It just means this is a natural spot where you would see some resistance and a bit of a retrace. So let's see how that rolls. Directional index is in the green. ADX is like 19. It's looking good. Squeeze indicator is good. Binary candles are good. KRI is good. Stochastic RSI shows what kind of reflects here in the chart up top that we're probably overbought right now. Return on Seller by Lazy Bear says we're not that all overbought. There is hope. Things are good. Feel good. So anyway, with that said, not a bad 45-minute chart. I like it. I mean, you can kind of take a look here. I would be so, I would be so bold as to, I like channels. I just do. Can we do that? Why not? Screw it. I'm just going to do it. Boom. You could almost call that an upwards channel, and it does kind of work. It does kind of work. So overall, I would say that Bitcoin's got some upwards momentum here on the 45-minute chart. The nice thing is we're pulling up above that 200 moving average. That's really nice. We're in a natural retrace spot here. These indicators don't look weak to me. So this is a very, very short time frame. I know it is a short time frame, but do note this. We definitely do have, upwards momentum right now in the chart. So let's see what happens. We hung out through a very, very low testosterone, low volume weekend. A dump was kind of expected with that, in my opinion. I didn't hedge out. I didn't do anything about it. I just rode that one as far as my Bitcoin hodl, and other hodls. This is expected. It bounced off the 314. It ranged between the 200 and the 314 a little bit, breaking back above the 200. That is absolutely fine. That's to be expected with a low volume weekend. I'm surprised it did this well. So I'm feeling a pretty strong Bitcoin this Monday morning. Now, looking at the daily, as you can see, we've been kind of rocking up with a nice, beautiful upwards trend. We're getting ready to challenge the 20 WMA, kind of getting above that. That's pretty nice. Above that is the 50 moving average. Then, of course, the 200, the white one right there. So also do note here on the daily chart, very, very important thing, the MACD is still trending positive. So overall, we have a positive MACD and a very, very positive short time frame chart here in the 45 minutes chart. Which on the 45-minute chart, we are pushing up pretty darn hard. I like that. Volume is only like 3.3 billion. I think that's what it was. Not super high, but Bitcoin's moving up. I'll take it. I like it. Bitcoin versus USDT on the 2-hour chart. Check this out, everybody. As you can see, the weekend got pretty darn flaccid, pretty weak, kind of scary, But we have a beautiful positive MACD cross here on the 2-hour chart. Definitely showing that, at least for the moment, the tangent of the daily MACD will stay positive. I like that. We're seeing this beautiful price action. Check it out on the 2-hour chart. We may even challenge the 200 moving average right now. And also the 2-hour chart challenge that 200 moving average kind of does explain also It kind of backs up why the top of the RSI cave here might be where we stop moving up, but now we're turning green. So who knows? This is a rocket ship to Pluto, guys. You know, who knows? This is looking good. Strong chart to our MACD positive. I'm going to be watching this week very, 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 very closely the 2-hour MACD and watching the charts really, really closely. And I'll come on if I see anything crazy. There's a lot of news that could dump us. It could happen. Maybe BTC is just going to stay strong. Like I say, what worries me, what I'm going to be watching like a hawk, and definitely hop on Bitcoin Daily View, Telegram chat. Please, any stories or insights you have on the what the executive orders might be, what that attempt is going to be, what date it's going to happen. Really, let's hear it. I will share it out here seriously, because I think it's probably. I know that a Crypto Love makes some great. He covers some great stories. Crypto Love covers some great stories. A lot of and Cryptos R Us, another guy I could look at too. A lot of news that I watched, look at this morning. You know, a lot of big things that can affect the market today, but none of them are that this week. But none of them are like really going to like be the end all be all, whether they dump it or pump it a bit. But executive order, watch out. You know, that creeps me the hell out. So Bitcoin versus USDT on the 4-hour chart. What is glorious here is, of course, this goes way back to July 20th or so. You can see you're moving up. We have been capitulating AF. I mean, at what point do you friggin' grab your balls and like stand up and be like, I'm alive? You know, you gotta, as Ralph Smart says, breathe in that good ass prana. Ain't it great to be alive? It is. So Bitcoin, come on, enough. Okay, you have capitulated enough. All right. And what I like seeing here is today we have broken above the 786, and I really think the 786 here, 37,834. I do truly think once we can find support and stay above that, we are truly back in the running for a move up. Because at a certain point, I mean, we've given enough back. It doesn't look like that we were going to give it all back and start back at 29,000 again. So here we go. And if you do look, I mean, check this out. You know, perma bears choke on this while you take a short walk off a long pair. So tired of your retarded bullshit. Look at this. We have a beautiful upwards trend here, getting back above that 786 on the 4-hour chart. We are pulling in some data here. I like it. There's no reason if we can stay above the 786, as I've drawn it here with this Fibonacci retracement, you know, and I'm going to, I'll even do this because I think this is important. I'm gonna, I can copy the chart image, but how about I just do this? How about I just copy link to chart image? Okay. Well, while that percolates, I'm going to go over to the live chat. I'm going to stick it there, and I'm also going to go to Bitcoin Daily View chat. I'm going to stick that there, and just it's a good reference. Check it out. I think this has got a lot of validity to it. All right, so if we can stay above 37,800, or if we can stay above basically 3,800 and find some support there, then we're looking really, really good. I don't see why we're not. That kind of follow this fib sequence looks pretty good. You know, we find support above that 786, basically about 38,000. Then when we're at 38,477 right now, I don't see any reason why we can't challenge that 4-hour 200 moving average of 41,600 and get back in that 618 pocket sweet spot, which is like between 44,500 and like 43,200. No reason we can't get back in there. And then once you're back in there, you're moving up. So also the greatest volume that we've had right here, looking at the BPVR, was right around 47,180. And once we start moving up, that this is like this basically this is with this much time in here, looking at this here, this 47,180 as the greatest volume within this visible range, definitely does lend towards a magnetic attraction to that direction, to that spot. So with that said, let me look at my indicators here real quick. Oh, and before I do that, sorry guys. Ethereum versus USDT on the 45-minute chart. You can see the upwards channel. It's above the 200 moving average. This is bullish. I like it. Kind of a bit more bullish than Bitcoin, really. KNC versus BTC. Been tracking this one for a while. I do like it. My little channel went away. Maybe it was just time to redraw it. I love it. We've just visited the the heartbeat of the range once again. KNC versus BTC. This thing is looking great. Indicators looking good. It's cooling off right now a little bit. It'll probably visit the bottom of the 200 moving average again at the bottom of the channel and continue moving up. Kyber Network is one that's just been making me mad money. I'm trading it against BTC. KNC against BTC right now. I'm out. But because it turned around, as you can see, it turned around right here. It bounced off the mid-range, kind of to be expected, unless it drives past it. Anyway, guys, waiting for a good entry to get back into this one, and I probably will. Okay. With that said, let's look at my little scanner here. Just see if we see anything that's blasting off right now. That might be, oh shit, too many things are. Okay, guys, here's the deal. Okay, I don't want to make this this video too long, so I'm just gonna mention these. Okay, recent blast off. Okay, CHR versus BTC. So CHR versus BTC. Check that one out. Looking good. CTSI versus USDT. Looking good. Sol versus USDT. Looking good. Solana versus USDT. Yes. You know what? Actually, okay, wait a second. All right. That's enough of that. You know, BTS versus USDT might be one to check out too. All right. With that said, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. I got to look at it. It's just, let's check it out. It looks like in my little scanner warning thing system, it looks like Sol might be getting crazy, or maybe it's not. The scanner is not always, 100% on. Looking at a 4-hour chart. Let's look at this. Look at a 45-minute chart. What do we got going on here? What do we got going on? Oh, check it out. There is some new Solana news. It did get like a new wallet. I think that's over at if I look at Decrypt. Yeah, decrypt.co. Solana, where did I see that? Yeah, Solana wallet. Wrong link. Solana wallet. Yeah, Solana wallet. Solana wallet Phantom raises some dough, and there's a big deal with this. So Solana, there's Solana news, and we're pumping on that news. So Solana, as you may have noticed, especially if you were a Solana bag holder, if you're one of the official elite crew, like myself, who who basically have been riding this just nasty capitulation that's down. With that said, Solana's still a badass project. It's had its troubles. It's had its blockchain issues. I mean, whatever. But there's some good news. It's making progress. And check this out. Very, very important stuff. It broke the 200 moving average in the 314 very, very quickly. Got itself a blue diamond blitz merit badge, and it's still pushing hard. It's pushing past the top of that RSI cave. It may start to slow down right now. You can see the indecisive doji. It probably will, but this is definitely a rocket ship to Pluto blasting off. Directional index looks good. ADX is in the right spot. All these indicators are wonderful, showing a slight overbought. I myself, this is one of those things where you may regret. I have like 0.0001 Sol, and Grimar mentions I threw $100 into an NFT game to see what it's about. Oh, dude, what's the game? What's the game? I'm all about NFT games. Let's play. It's like an MMO. Can we like shoot each other? Anyway, Sol versus USDT. This thing is taking off, pushing hard. Who knows how long it's going to go? I'm seeing a pretty damn strong chart here. I like what I see. This is pretty damn phenomenal. We're way far from the moving 8. We're above the top of the RSI cave. This is crazy. This is one of those things where when you're pumping like this, it's kind of hard to predict where it's going to turn around. But then again, waiting for a retrace, you may never get in. You know what I mean? You may miss a chance. You don't FOMO in, man, and you're screwed, right? So anyway, Sol versus USDT 4-hour. We are far from the 200 moving average. Sol has definitely taken a serious ass hammering recently. Solana. So basically, here's the deal. I'm gonna watch Solana, and not financial advice, but I think you should too. Okay, strong project. There's definitely, especially I think in the NFT world, can definitely beat Ethereum because its fees. Let's face it, the gas fees are just straight up retarded. and Sol works pretty good. I think, what does the OpenSea use Solana? I forget. I know some NFTs are definitely being used. Sol is definitely a player in the NFT world. So with that said, everybody, it's moving. FOMO at your own risk. I'm not gonna. I think we're going to see a bit of retrace here. I'm going to watch closely. It could, maybe it's got its mojo, but then again, this is news. You know, news can pump, news can dump. Let's keep an eye on Solana. It definitely could be a player. Okay, let's see. You know, you're right. Actually, somebody does Grimar mentions, yeah, don't FOMO in, dollar cost average in to Solana. You know what? That's actually true words of wisdom. I dig that. It's actually absolute truth right there. All right, everybody. I mean, remember, this is a crazy week. I'm going to do a video a little bit later on Poly Doge, which, as you can see, has just been friggin' on fire recently. Look at the 7-day chart. Bam. And I'm gonna do a little thing on the Polyquake and you know how to play and things like that. Maybe even a little bit of live stream. You can watch me get pwned. So with that said, because you can make money in the game, you can make Doge in the Poly Doge in the game. Anyway, remember, for every Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you are literally making a statement. You are buying. You are saying that I believe in the sci-fi future of humanity, which is absolutely beautiful. It is the peaceful revolution. And remember, for every single Bitcoin Satoshi you own, you make a piece of shit globalist cry. You make their hemorrhoids act up, and they whatever, you know, they spit the black goo that they do when they, like, you know, suffocate people with it. Like, bleh, it like. Anyway, guys, I digress. Take care. I'll see you later today if anything crazy happens, or I'll see you tomorrow.